It's the countdown.
Oh, good morning. Good morning. He did this. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Kim.
Gosh. This morning we have a special guest this morning on with us. We have my Blue Bubble buddy.
Hello.
Welcome. Getting her mic'd up here.
Okay. Hello.
Girl, you got to talk when you can hear you being all polite using your work voice. You can't use your work voice.
Yeah, we talk loud around here.
This is my normal voice.
See how nice she is?
More aggressive with your normal voice.
Say it with your chest.
Say it with your chest, woman.
You heard me
what
just
do you
fine
mean?
last time.
This is my aggressive normal voice. I'm
This is
getting
my
loud.
aggressive work voice. I am highly irritated with you at this point.
How was everybody's Thanksgiving week?
Whew.
Okay, Larry, we'll start with you since you're the last one here. Look.
Ooh.
Burn.
Feels good to be able to call somebody out, don't it?
It does.
On blast.
It's called, redirecting that,
Yeah, because he joined the club this week, too.
Yeah, he had a birthday.
Officially joined the club.
Like, my last 2 weeks have been great. Last weekend, I celebrated my brother's 40th with him, and that was a blast. And then, had 3 days of work, and then my birthday was Wednesday. So
turkey.
Yeah, I've been turning up since Wednesday. In case y'all can't tell him in my voice.
If you would see him, you would really be able to tell he was turned up.
He looked like he done got turned over.
Turned
out.
Back him up, flip him, rub him.
I done got turned out for his birthday. Had to use the safe word 4 times.
Bananas, apples, pineapples. I don't know what it is. No, I'm sorry, Larry. Go ahead.
Telling y'all about my week, y'all just like disrespectfully.
I'm sorry.
Jokes in
I'm
my face about
I'm sorry.
me. During my little story.
Okay, we'll do it.
You done asked me, tell your story.
Okay, we're sorry about
Would you have it any other way?
No, and I'm done.
Now, how'd you say your week was?
It was a week. How was yours, Kim?
Good. Next.
Oh, shout out to Chris.
Yeah, he's not here. He's gone. He left us. He does it all the time. No, he doesn't. But no, he's in PA with his PA family for the Thanksgiving holiday.
Yeah.
But
Larry, okay, birthday. How was your Thanksgiving?
it was good. Oh, my birthday, man. I woke up, man.
birthday.
Why the bed? It's shattered. I don't know how it happened.
What?
I don't know what happened. It's shattered. I gotta get a new back window on my truck.
Dang.
Yeah,
You partied hard, didn't you? You don't even know what happened.
This was Wednesday morning.
Oh, you just woke up like this.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought about getting started yet.
Doing center hole punches.
I looked for it. I couldn't tell if they did. They did it on the edge. I tell you that much. And then my Thanksgiving was good. We had the in-laws and everybody. My family came over. Ate too much then. Did a turkey and a ham.
You smoke it?
Yeah, I smoked it. I smoked the stuffing out of it.
Smoke it.
Yeah. And yeah. That was Friday, I don't even remember what I did. What's that?
You had a crab bowl. You had a seafood bowl.
He said Friday.
Oh, yeah, that was yesterday and last night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's why he's looking like he's
that's
looking.
blur. Sleep Larry.
That's terrible. We can tell this.
And here I am.
Barely by the grace of God. By the grace of God. Yes. That is good. Well, we're happy you're here. Of course, happy belated. We're happy to see you and have known you these 50 years. Well, we haven't known you 50 of the years, but...
Yeah, pretty much.
And I've been saying it, but...
I mean, we don't remember it.
We don't remember like at least 5 of those years. I mean, I don't remember meeting you. I was like at least maybe 5 or 6 or something like that.
I don't not remember y'all.
Yeah, me. Well, I don't not remember you either. But
It's like, no, I don't remember a time when it
I don't remember not remembering him. I always remember him.
I mean, I always been around.
We have. And we're gonna always be around.
Like Tupac.
Jesus. Anyway, Tanya, how was your week?
It was good.
It was good. You have to
good.
expound on your week because one doesn't like it.
Right. I only worked 2 days this week, Monday, Tuesday. I was off the rest of this week. Cooked for Thanksgiving, so I started baking on Wednesday.
And it was delicious.
Nice. I did a pineapple coconut cake.
It was delicious.
Lemon pound cake.
Couldn't eat it.
You have to distinguish which ones were the vegan ones and which ones were the non-vegan ones.
The pineapple coconut was vegan. There was a vegan sweet potato pie. There was a regular sweet potato pie. There was a regular lemon pound cake. And a regular teeny tiny strawberry pound cake. It was a leftover from Larry's cake, which was yesterday. Yeah.
You remember the cake though, don't you?
You remember the strawberries. You remember the strawberries.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we did a whole spread. We had chicken and 2 different types of turkey.
And they like that
ham.
turkey too.
Yeah.
I told somebody it was chicken. They said, Kim, it ain't chicken. I said, I thought it was chicken. And Wilson said, what you know? I said, well, I don't know. I just seen it was 2.
Yeah, no, one was Cajun and one was like regular, just flavored
Rosemary
with.
corrected me on that. She was like,
Yes.
no, she said that's Cajun. And I said, oh.
Yes.
One
Look,
was
I
chicken,
don't
one was
taste
turkey.
it, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I just guess.
Yeah, they did. Like, it was good. I was like, oh, this is good. This is exactly the way I wanted it to turn out.
So that's good.
Yeah. We had broccoli casserole. We had dressing, 2 different types of dressing. We had a vegan, we had a regular. We had vegan greens, regular greens. We had vegan corn, regular corn.
Vegan corn, regular corn.
Yeah.
Vegan mac and cheese.
Vegan mac and cheese, regular mac and cheese. Vegan potato salad.
Yum.
Regular
I got some of
potato
that, too.
salad.
Yeah, we're going to speak about that vegan potato salad on my story. But.
Juan made his homemade yeast rolls that I did not even get to taste.
Oh, really?
Yes.
They were delicious.
I did not get to taste
Good.
one.
I
Yeah,
wasn't
I
even here. They were
heard.
good.
I heard
That's
they
why
were
you
delicious.
didn't get one. Yeah, you just got to snatch. Some things, you got to
just
snatch.
got to
up.
go ahead and eat it early.
Yeah. Get yours first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't remember themselves around here.
And I did a vegan cheesecake.
And he did the
Yes.
vegan cheesecake, the Kahlua
Yes.
cheesecake. Oh, that's your story. I'll let you tell that.
Yeah.
That I did not over-alcoholize.
You didn't. You didn't. It was delicious. It was the most
Flavorful thing.
balanced. Because usually it'd be too much, like the last
Yeah,
time it was
oh.
like, it was really Kahlua-y. And everybody's like, this is good. Even the babies, we're like, oh, don't give it to the kids. Kids shouldn't eat it. Like,
Can you eat that?
Send me swinging
Sorry.
around table legs.
Yeah.
My bad.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call names.
That's all right. The kids came up.
they did.
Jazz, Brittany, Caitlin, Sammy. KJ was with his dad,
Yeah,
and
he was missed.
all the guys had to work. CJ was on shift. Darrell was on shift. So, and Chris came up too. So Chris was not. They let him off. So Chris
Oh,
was
really?
here. Mm-hmm.
He came after.
No. Brittany's Chris.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
Brittany's
okay.
Chris. Yeah,
I'm
Britt
like,
has a Chris.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, maybe I wasn't even drinking. I'm like, maybe I
You
wasn't
were
working
like,
the
did I
room.
miss that?
Yeah, I was like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, originally he had to work too, but
Oh, really?
Yeah, they let them off last minute so he could
Oh.
spend Thanksgiving with his family.
That
So,
was
Sweet.
nice.
yeah,
My
so he
job
was
would've
able to
done
come
that.
up, but then he had to be at work at 3:00 in the morning, which is why they all left kind of early.
Oh, wow.
So yeah,
Yikes. Well, it was good. They got to spend time with
Yeah.
the family. It was really good. How was yours?
I always get to go
Wanda?
last.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Oh, somebody asked me how my week was.
How was your week,
how was
Kimberland?
your week?
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable, definitely. My week was good. I worked, and that was it. And I'm see, you thought I was gonna finish, but wait a minute, there's more. Thanksgiving. Let me see. Today's Saturday. Yeah. Yeah. I worked, of course, my normal routine, whatever. I had to work Wednesday and Thursday. I was off Monday. Tuesday, I cooked Monday and Tuesday. My little spread, what I was going to eat for myself. So for myself, I cooked a dressing. I cooked, of course, vegan dressing, vegan greens, vegan cabbage, vegan yams, and what else vegan? That was it.
Vegan turkey?
No, I didn't. Oh, and I made turnips. Now, Juan doesn't like turnips. Don't make your face like that. But I remember, most time people eat turnips chopped in their turnip greens. I just took the turnips like my grandma used to do, and I boiled them, and then I mushed them up.
Oh.
Don't do that, Warren. And then I put a little bit of crushed red pepper, a little pinch of sugar and everything. And even the guy was like, "Ma, they taste pretty good." I was like, "Yeah, they're good. They were really good."
I threw mine
that.
away.
Don't be like that. But then that's what I cooked for that. But then Thanksgiving Day was wonderful because I spent it with the greatest family on earth. Ate really, really good.
G-Fo?
And yes, I with my family, interacted with them, and then about 0400, my life changed, and it wasn't even Thanksgiving no more. It was the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday. I guess we could call it Black Friday. It was. I kind of slammed I didn't slam my finger in the door intentionally.
She slammed an inmate.
No, the door shut on my finger.
I'm sorry, you call them clients. You slammed a client.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I slammed somebody on the floor and broke my finger at work.
Now that's a joke, just in case
Yes.
there's someone from her
Yes.
her
No.
work organization. I
Yes.
forget the words that you be using, but you don't be like, I work for jail and there's inmates. You be calling them all some organization.
Somebody from the CIA was listening to this. They would know. I was just kidding. But yeah, ended up having to go to the hospital and broke a little bit of my thumb and fractured it as well. So in everything, I do like to overachieve. So can't just break it. Got to have a fracture too. So just.
Wouldn't the fracture be underachieving? The
No.
break would be the overachieving.
Well, that's why I said I got to overachieve because it wouldn't just be a fracture. I had to break the little bit. So, yeah.
So is it two things? You've got a fracture in one spot and a break in another spot?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't think my thumb was that big, but I guess it's big.
I mean, your thumb looks huge right now.
Well, that's because it's wrapped. It's
One thing we know is fragile in the mother.
Hey. I'm not fragile. And that's the crazy thing,
Shit up against the
regular. Yeah, it ain't. It really ain't. And because, the thing, and it's so crazy, when it happened, the doors just slammed. These doors never bounce when they slam. When it hit off my thumb, it said, bing! I said, ugh, and it bounced, and I said, oh my God. And I was trying to gracefully. In the inside, I was screaming crazily. And then those lovely ladies, when the door slammed on my finger, it made a pop noise, right? They talking about, great. I was like, y'all, holding back tears, like, okay, just get out of here.
Holding back the tears.
Threw my round and
Cried in the salad boy.
no, I didn't. I didn't cry until I got all the way to the hospital because I had to sit there and I put on my strong face and I kept telling myself, girl.
Ain't nobody think that was a strong face. Everybody was like, Red gonna cry whenever she get in the car, right?
No, I cried at the hospital because
Man, my mama gave me these thumbs.
So my mama gave me these thumbs. She's stupid. When I took the glove off because it cracked the nail and it cracked when it hit, it jammed the glove down in my nail. So when I went to take the glove off my hand, I had to take it and kind of snatch it, and it felt like I felt like a little like somebody took a pen and said, down in there, and I was like, oh, this is gonna hurt so bad. It's gonna hurt so bad. So when I got off the phone with the people with workers' comp or whatever, because of course, of all times, I'm in pain. Their system is not working. So I had to repeat everything, not once, not twice, but three times. She said, well, I think I got it this time. Now, okay, now what happened again? I was like, while I was doing my safety rounds on the third floor, I was just going in detail. I was like, did it get it that time? She's like, I believe we did. Now I'm going to give you your reference number. I'm like, oh my God. I'm going to suggest you go to the hospital as soon as possible. I was like, ma'am, I'm 30 minutes late. I mean, because I've been on the phone with you for at least 30 minutes. So yeah, let's just hurry this thing up. But,
I'm just waiting for you to call my number.
I was just happy to go to the hospital, and they were very quickly to get me back there, even though I had to stay back there some time after they gave me some medicine, but I did. I cried like a baby. I was just like, the doctor was like, are you okay? I was like, I'm fine. After he numbed it, I said, I just can't feel my finger. He said, are you hurting? I said, no, I'm not hurting. I was just crying because it hurt so bad. He was like, okay, I mean, you don't need nothing? I was like, no, I'm fine.
Call my daddy.
No, I don't call Daddy. And Daddy made it worse because I was like, Daddy, I'm on. He said, because I called him at like 5:50. And he says, hello? I said, hey, Daddy, how you doing? He said, I'm all right. You all right? I said, yeah. I said, I'm just calling to let you know that I'm on my way to the hospital. What happened? Do you need me
10 minutes earlier when you call.
Yeah, because usually I don't call him till it be after 6 o'clock usually. And he says, you and me and Roger come down there? Me and Roger Billy, we'll get the car. We'll come on down there. I said, no. I said, I'm okay.
Because I need to take Billy to the emergency room anyway.
I was like, no, I'm fine. He says, so what happened? And I said, well, caught my finger in the door. Long story short. He's like, and then motherfuckers can't take you to the hospital. I was like, no, they offered, but I said the hospital was, I have to come back towards Greensboro to go to Alamance, the hospital there. So why would I come 3 exits down, just have to go 3 exits back to get my car? And I was like, no, I can drive myself, Daddy. Well, me and Ross, we can meet you there. I said, no, that's fine. I said, ain't no need. I said, I'm just letting you know, so if you don't get my phone call, at the normal time, I'm in the hospital. Doggone it. All right, then. You sure you don't want me coming? I said, I'm positive. I was like, no.
He just getting that.
You don't want Daddy in a hospital environment around doctors that aren't usually expedient in the manner that they're going to serve you?
Definitely do not. I definitely do not. Because I can see security escort both of us out. I'm like, well, what about my hand? Ma'am, you've got to go. You and your daddy. You both have to.
Like, you can take your thumb and shove it up his behind.
They'd be like, yeah, I told him. I'm like, but that's my thumb,
He done already told us if we wouldn't treat you, he knew 15 drug dealers that would get
Exactly.
you. So you follow him out.
Y'all wouldn't give her nothing that she can't already get. I got home. And you like, Daddy, this is no. But, now I'm just allegedly, I guess I'm out of work till Monday, which I was going to be out of work till Monday anyway, and have to go get a,
So why did you say allegedly? You're definitely out of work.
Yeah, I'm definitely out of work.
So that's no longer alleged.
But when I talked to my sergeant, he was like, really? They didn't write you? And I was like, yeah. They said they couldn't give me specific restrictions. I was like, that's interesting. They can't give you specific restrictions. It's an emergency room. Why can't they give you?
Because it's a fracture. They don't specialize in that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, see, thank you. They could have wrote me out of work longer. I would love to have that Monday and Tuesday off as well.
Right.
I would have loved to have that Monday and Tuesday off as well.
Pull out her pad. I got excited for her. She was like,
she's like, here, let me help you.
She's
going
to give you a name of a doctor that you can call, and they'll write you out.
Oh, I already told her to call the orthodox.
Yeah, call Tommy. Tell him I sent you.
Oh, there's also Ortho Carolina Urgent Care. I forgot about that. It's from 10 to 3 normally on Saturdays, so you actually could go there today and get it. They can do everything there.
Ain't that some crap? Nah, I know.
They can x-ray, they can splint cast, whatever needs to be done. I know there's one in Winston. I don't know if there's one where there's one around here, but if you put it in and put in urgent care, it'll tell you the closest one to here.
We'll talk about that
Probably
off
in
air.
Winston.
Yeah, we'll talk about that off air. But yeah, that's good. That's my week. One finger less, but at least I still have it.
At least you have the important one, Kim. Yeah. You still have the middle one.
Yep, right.
Wow.
No, I'm just saying, like, right, it works. Like, it works, so it's good.
I'm glad it works.
Juan, how was your week?
His week was amazing.
Amazing.
No, it was pretty good.
Look, he kills me trying to downplay it. No, it's pretty good.
It was a good week. Let's see. So my manager was out celebrating his birthday and Thanksgiving this week.
Happy birthday, manager.
So I got to conduct meetings. That's not usually that fun, but it wasn't that bad this week, in all honesty.
Look at one.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Stretching his leadership legs.
Yes. Those peasants.
Was still working on getting our lab set up. So, yeah, like my mornings were kind of busy. Afternoons, not so much. I'm doing research in the afternoons for another project. So, yeah, afternoons, not that busy because it's just reading and typing documents. So, but then at home, I got my, I think I'm totally done with my laptop as far as getting it set up the way I want to. Installed a new piece of code that imports the weather into my dashboard, I guess.
Yeah, he's excited.
I am. Looks really cool.
It does.
So now I'm going to start working on some other stuff because Jarvis is not using his GPU. So he's running slow. So I've got to figure that out.
You thought that was his normal pace?
No, it's not. I mean, because like I said,
he said no.
Even on the
what? I was just laughing because I'm happy to be here.
y'all are going to stop being disrespectful
What?
towards Jarvis.
Who's disrespectful? Who's Jarvis? No, I'm just
And we will when he starts turning the light on when I walk in.
That is not Jarvis.
got to love it.
Jarvis isn't responsible for the individual automations. He is the voice response agent. That is the thinking aspect. The automations are programmed into the home automation platform. That is my fault. I've told you I'll work on those. I've got to tweak them. They're not designed for other individuals. They're designed to work for me. Yes. I have to tweak them. I'm working on it.
Okay.
But anywho, I have to figure out Jarvis because on the command line, normally if I'm like just interacting with him, typing, he's really fast. But since he's not using his GPU, because I updated him, and evidently from the research,
Didn't like the update.
it didn't. Yeah, the newer version, it doesn't look like they've coded it to use the GPU. So that's a problem. So I've got to figure that out. Yeah. So yeah, that's I've got to research that, and then it's a couple other things that I need to research.
We know you'll do it.
Yeah, Thanksgiving. Tanya's already said all the things that we had. That was
a
really
success
good.
because they hosted. How about that?
Yeah.
Yes, it was hosted. Yes. Job well done.
Yes. Last Saturday, went down to Charlotte, celebrate Q's birthday. Ooh, and we played pickleball.
He did, and it was
That was pretty fun.
Pickleball. Have to welcome us into that world.
Yeah. So yeah, we played pickleball with a couple of Tanya's friends. Yeah, it was fun. Got a little bit of activity in.
Hey.
Then, yeah, Thanksgiving was cool. Yesterday turned up with L Boogie for his birthday a little bit.
A little bit. I missed it.
So yeah, then that brings us to.
I don't even remember you not being there. Look, I don't even remember you not being there. Woo! He said it was definitely one to remember. Or not.
Definitely not. He said, yes.
I just can't.
One for somebody to remember.
Woo! He tried, though. He tried.
But yeah, that was it.
What about some?
I would like to shout out my son because he did give a big assist in setting up for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and he made an appearance.
came down for the prayer.
He did. He came down. I was excited. Yeah, I was more excited with his excitement to see Uncle Alvin. He was like, who's about the mess? So Uncle Alvin, oh, why was I was like, yeah. I was like, love it. Love it.
Oh man, and this is like totally a hindsight thought. I should have, because every time I'm talking about Wilton and Rosemary, he's like, I don't remember them. So I should have pointed, but this is Wilton and Rosemary, DeJuan, because you know it's.
Well, that's odd that
Because I'm like, you remember, they always come to the thing. I'm like, Rosemary's the one that would used to sell the jewelry
Yeah,
and
but
stuff
we
like
said-
that. He's like,
Oh, don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
I guess he kind of got that from me, maybe.
Yeah, probably. Definitely got that from you, Juan. Totally got that from
But yeah, and then you were gone whenever Amani stopped by.
because I was going to answer. Yeah, no, I was gone. Yeah, I was gone. Yeah, she said she had to make her trip, so I said I might not see you because she was talking to Nakaya. She's like, yeah, I'm going to come through. Nakaya was like, yeah, I'm going to come through too. My daughter always fashionably late.
Yep.
Never fails. That's my daughter.
Yep.
She gets that from her mom.
She comes
Definitely
back when it counts. Cause we turned up too.
Look, see, she always come for the turn up. Look, she come. Nakaya is definitely there for the turn up.
She know where to go and who to see. I tell you that much.
Yeah, she.
And I love it.
He said, man, I love it.
I do. I love it.
It's funny you said it because she got here. She got to Wonder House. They were ready to take shots, and the car came in. She was like, "Do what?" It's like, she was like, "Oh, okay, she's going over to the bar." I was like, "That's my child. That is her. Definitely here for a party, for the party." What you got for weekly news, Warren? Do you have any?
I do. I got a couple of little tidbits of news. I didn't write them down, so it's
Just hope you don't.
so one of them was the Department of Education declaring certain fields no longer professional degrees. Did y'all hear about that?
Yeah,
I heard
nursing.
something about that.
They were saying nursing.
Yeah,
was gonna
nursing. I think teaching programs are going to no longer be considered professional degrees.
That's not good.
Okay. I think it depends on who you're asking, because I've heard a lot of people say that it's, and I guess the why, you don't really know what a person's real motive is if you don't know the person. But I've heard people say that it's just a ploy to kind of minimize accomplishments, because these are fields that I guess lots of ladies have gone into. So I've heard takes that it's an attack on women. I've heard that it's attack on black women. I've heard, which I'm more, this is my opinion, because I believe, we all know I'm a huge fan of capitalism.
No, not you.
I believe that it's more geared towards attacking the institution of colleges doing predatory lending to people. I mean, typically people go into these fields, take on huge amounts of debt to pay for said degree,
And then don't make enough to.
and then you're not really making enough money to pay that degree back. It's like you've taken on $150,000 worth of debt for a job that's going to pay you $40,000 a year. The math ain't mathing on that.
I don't hunt.
So for me, I think it's more what declaring those non-professional degrees do is it means that the Department of Education, who is the student loan financer, they're not going to give as much money for it. And if you can't give as much money for it as a business, I'd be stupid to continue to charge you large amounts of money for it, because that means my customers can't really buy it. Because nobody's going into college writing $100,000 checks. You're getting a student loan. So if I can't get a student loan for it, that means I need to reduce my pricing. That's kind of the thought process that I have behind it. It's a way to force colleges and universities to lower pricing on these non-professional degrees. That's my opinion, and because I kind of tend to think that that's probably more the route as opposed to it being an attack on anybody.
Okay, yeah, because it does sound very harsh on the surface.
It does.
Especially with teachers, and I can understand that thought process or that logic. I can understand that with the model that you use as far as it being the medical professions. But teachers, I mean, really?
Teachers don't make no money anyway.
They really don't. And so that one is because the kids is I feel like the kids is who's going to pay for that one. I mean, we're already we're already at a shortage for teachers anyway. They're already underpaid, and now you're saying that you're not even a professional anymore. Now, so you're not a professional anymore. You're underpaid. You're overworked. We're not going to give you money for supplies that you need to properly do your job, and then on top of that, we're going to send out badass demons to you every day.
Bad.
So that's like a kick in the teeth, I think, to the society, period, because...
But it doesn't do anything it doesn't affect people that are actively teaching right now. It has no effect on them at all. It's future teachers.
But it kind of does if you're going to affect the amount of money that it costs them to have their careers. And the reason why I say that is because if you're saying that, okay, you think it's a whole monetary thing where there's a supply and demand where, okay, you're not going to do it because it typically would have cost a whole lot more money. So then the universities have to change what that looks like. Not so much the universities, but yeah, the universities will too. Because if they can't get loans, then they can't go to school, which means then the school also doesn't make money. So everyone has to change pricing to be lower so that it's affordable, right? Well, when you do that, it's a slap in the face for everybody who already paid $80,000 to go to school. Teaching educations don't cost $100,000, even with a master's, because typically they have that 4-year degree. And if they do a master's, they've done a master's in whatever. So like if you have your master's in education, it's still a comparable, you're still considered professional because you can move that around. It's not specialized. So like if you mastered in math, I think that's the one that changes, right? Or that's the one that's no longer considered professional. I don't know exactly all of it, but I'm just saying it's a slap in the face to the people who have already paid for it, unless they're going to start forgiving some of these loans, at least down to where other people, like at least take them down from what their total amount was. So let's say somebody did pay $85,000 for their full degree. And then in a few years, it ends up being, it's only $60,000. Then they should take whatever they are owed right now and take $20,000 off the top of it and forgive that, because other people are being able to come behind them and pay way less than what they were because of how things have changed.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, she's that's awesome. Okay, honey.
No, I mean,
okay.
I don't disagree. I mean, I think there should be. I'm not going to say. I think there might be. Yeah, I agree that there should be some sort of modification. But I mean, again,
But
if you, I mean, it's like I told my daughter, if you know you're going into a field, this is your choice. You chose to go into a field where you know you ain't going to make no money. You chose that. You also have to bear some of the brunt of that responsibility. You knew what you was doing. Hopefully everybody that's like, I want to be a teacher, researched and said, you know what, I'm going to make zero money. So you made that decision eyes wide open. That was your choice. You have to bear some of the brunt of that responsibility. We have to take responsibility for our decisions. You knew that you was taking on $80,000 worth of debt at that time. So while I think there should be some modification, do I think there should be full modification? Nope.
Nobody said full.
I mean, you said if it's now $60,000, I think they should reduce their student loan by $20,000. I don't agree with that. I think, we'll give you something because,
What, $5,000? That's nothing.
Every little bit helps.
That doesn't help. That doesn't even help.
that's crazy.
Every little bit
It
helps.
doesn't. That's just like if the power company says you got to bring us $100 or we turning your lights off, you can't take them $25. It didn't help because you're still not getting those lights turned on.
Exactly.
It did not help. Every little bit does not help. That's not valid for all
Every little
situations.
bit definitely helps.
It doesn't. It didn't help.
Because if you owed $200 and they say, you know what, we'll keep your lights on if you bring us $100.
And you bring them 25, every little bit
No,
didn't help
but
because that's the percentage that you taking that down to. Because I said only $20,000 out of an $85,000 degree, so I was only saying about 10%. So if you try to give them 10% to keep your lights on, they're gonna say no, ma'am. You saying 50%.
But again,
For as far as lights, you saying if you owe 2 and you bring them 1, that's 50%.
The power company gave you a little bit. They said this is we'll offset it by this much. Ain't nobody tell you to run up a $200 and some odd dollar light bill. Nobody told you. Shut your doggone lights off.
Shut them lights off.
Turn your air down or up or whatever, whichever one is going to make. Personal responsibility. You are responsible for your decisions. You have the ability. No one forced you to go into teaching. Ain't nobody twist your arm and say, you better go to college and be a teacher.
Be something big.
No, nobody did that. You chose that. So yes, bear the brunt of your decision. It's like L is sitting over there bearing the brunt of his decision to turn up. He is sitting over there, eyes half shut. He ain't sitting up there saying, yo, could y'all stop talking so loud? Cause no, we got
A turn up is not necessary. A job
neither
is
is
necessary.
a teaching.
That's not true.
Teaching degree is not.
So your
necessary.
kids didn't go to school and they didn't have teachers. Y'all homeschool.
No.
Teaching is necessary.
No.
It is a necessary job.
But it
Someone
is-
has to do it.
Somebody has
but we
to
don't
do it,
want to
but no one
punish
says
them.
you had to go do it.
Someone does
But
though.
somebody
And
does
for
have
all
to
the
do it.
people that you're saying do that so your kids could have an education, it's just like, hey buddy, you were the dumb
You
that
chose
decided
it.
you wanted to teach.
You
Once
chose
again.
it.
Wow. Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, you was the one.
I mean, we would have nothing. There would be nothing out here if people didn't decide to do these jobs. If guys didn't decide to drive these these trucks to pick up trash, there wouldn't be any. If people didn't decide to plumb or build houses, but you don't want to turn around on the back end and be like, you decided you wanted to do that, so then you just.
That's exactly.
I mean, at
we
some
choose-
point,
no one's being forced to do any of this stuff.
You were not. You was not forced to dig them wells. Stop.
You know, but I think it's every job. Somebody has to do everything.
Somebody has to do
of course,
everything.
somebody chose to work at McDonald's. But the reason they chose probably to work at McDonald's is whatever their reason might be for them to work at McDonald's. But somebody has to do everything.
Had to keep their business.
But when it comes to like education and stuff like that, even though yes they did choose, because most people chose to do education for a passion. And a lot of people start with education and choose to get their, masters and go on up because they know the money is to be made at the topper part of it, not the lower. But if everybody was shooting to be a principal or an administrative, whatever in education, then there would be no teachers. I guess that's like kind of the point of like somebody has to do the totem pole work. So why should, even though they know they do sign up for it, even like the social workers and, people that go to school for stuff like that, there's no money to be made in that. I mean, and you know that, but everybody has to do something. But why rake them over the coal for, being a compassionate,
they was doing.
compassionate
noble
It's
job.
not.
person
It's
and
not. I don't think that's raking anybody over the coals.
Well, the educate, and I'm gonna say the amount of money.
I mean,
To
because to
pay
me that's the
$80,000
equivalent
for
of
a
if I
career
go
that you
out
only
and
make 30 or 40. To me that makes no sense. I mean, I'm just saying. But that's what when they I know when we were in school they said, oh, go to college, go to college, go to college. Yes, you go to college, but then when you come out of college and you can't even afford to make your payment on a loan for a career that I'm gonna just say maybe a new teacher comes out making 35, 40,000. I don't know because I don't know, but I'm just gonna guess something like that. But their loan would be 80,000. That makes no sense. To me it makes no sense. But we know they decided they signed for the loans. They're gonna do that. But if now they're saying that it's no longer a career or a professional or whatever it is, they should somehow go back and modify it somehow. Make it right. Because you mean to tell me now these kids can go get the same degree, or not even, I guess it'll be considered a degree, for 60,000 or 50,000 and come out and make 30 or 40, and the people who've already, went, because there's a lot of people who went to school and are still paying on loans because they went to further, education, and they still have these loans because they accrued interest, they've accrued, all that stuff that goes with that. So they should be compensated something because the sad thing is they don't make the money for it.
And the other piece of that,
that's not the way the world works. If I went out and bought my house at the top of the market and I paid $400,000 for my house, and the housing market tanks, and now my house is worth $200,000. I don't get to go back and be like, but the market crashed. I shouldn't have to still pay a mortgage on $400,000. That's not reality.
You can also sell your house.
Yeah, you could all.
You can
yeah.
also
I can
rent
sell my
your
house at a loss.
You can also
Because
you
if
can,
the market's
you can rent
tanked-
your house out for 2 years and then sell it for what it's worth. You still
Only
have
if
a
the
means
market
to get
comes
your money
back.
back. It doesn't matter. Even if the market, it doesn't matter. You can still get down to what it's worth. You're saying your house is worth 200 now. You spent 400,000 on it, right?
I'm on
So
a
you rent your
$400,000
house for
mortgage.
the 200,000 and then you sell it for the other 2. You made your money back.
your money
Teachers can't do that. You can't sell someone your degree and
Whoa,
say,
whoa,
"Hey, you use it for a
replay
couple
that,
years."
'cause what you just said didn't make sense.
It
to
didn't
me.
make
Replay
sense.
it. No.
If
I can
you
rent it out
for yes,
Yeah, okay, so I bought my house at $400,000.
$400,000.
My
So
house is now
until-
worth $200,000.
it's now worth 200,000, right? So you're gonna rent it until you have rented it down to where it's now you only owe 200,000, and now you can sell it. You've made this money back. You didn't pay it. It wasn't out of your pocket. You do what you can afford, and then you sell it for the other 200,000. You made your money back. Why are you confused?
Because I don't think I'm still
don't
got to
think
make
what?
those mortgage payments.
They're
I gotta
gonna make it because
I
you
gotta
have a
make
renter.
$400,000
You have a renter in here.
A $400,000 mortgage ain't the same as a $200,000 mortgage.
My point is, you can rent the house out and make these payments
And
with
I'm
whatever
moving
you're
where?
renting. Where you're going to pay for your own place, the other person's going to pay for this in the mortgage.
So I still got to come out at a loss.
You're not coming out. How are you coming out? If your mortgage, how much is your mortgage? $1,500. Let's say your mortgage is $1,500.
Say it's $3,000.
Let's say your mortgage is $3,000. Someone comes in here and they rent for $3,000.
Okay.
Okay, because I've paid almost $2,000 for an apartment, 1 bedroom. So somebody rents your home for $3,000 a month, and they're making the payments. So now they're making your payments for the next however many years, and then you get another renter in here and likely pay more, do a little something outside, whatever it is you need to do to get that money back where you're not paying for this. So you're not at a loss for money because they're paying your mortgage for the next however many years to get you down to whatever. And then if you want to throw some extra money in there to on the principal, you can do that to get it down even further. And then when you get down to where you've paid off 200,000 of this 400,000, you sell that home for the other $200,000. And guess what? You're good. My whole point is, even if it doesn't seem like it makes a whole lot of sense to you, you still weren't out of your pocket for $400,000 because you were able to sell it for the 200,000 and you were able to rent it for $200,000, whichever, however many years that took, whatever. Teachers can't do that. You have this degree and you can't loan it to someone or allow someone to rent it out so that you can get the money back out of it. So that's not the same.
They can continue. They extrapolate value out of it, just like you're saying I would do with renting a house. You extrapolate the value out of it in the form of your paycheck. If you're not making enough, then guess what? Just like I would have to pull in a renter because I don't make enough to pay my mortgage. Guess what? Go do Uber Eats. You go do DoorDash. You go do something. Just like any other person that's not making enough to cover their bills.
But my whole thing is, when you decided you wanted to get a $400,000 house, you obviously knew you had the money to pay for it, right? So if you got the money to pay for a $400,000 house, you're good at that point. These teachers are getting degrees because there was a SAVE program, and it said, and a payback program where it said, oh, I only have to pay this much because I'm a teacher and you already know this is what I make. That's the agreement that they signed when they decided to take this loan that says I only have to pay it back at $100 a month or $150 a month because there were certain programs. Now those programs are gone. You can't even do that anymore because when I signed up for mine, I signed the same paperwork they did saying, oh yes, I'd like the SAVE program. My payment went from $100 to $600. That's a lot for a teacher. Like, I can pay it, but teachers can't pay that. They're not making the same money that I'm making.
But that's not even what
And
we're
that's not
talking
fair.
about.
We're talking about all of this.
It's kind of
We're
like
talking
everything
about
in a
all of
bag.
this. We're
Everything
saying we're
as
talking
a
about all
whole.
of this because you're talking about how if you bought a house, then how you can. But what I'm saying is, house or not, they got this degree that things have changed. They should be compensated for the change. That's exactly what we're talking about.
No, we're talking about the non-professional designation. That's the only thing we was talking about. We weren't
So it's not
talking
about the money at all. Okay.
Because
All right.
we circled
ahead.
we
We were talking
back.
about a news story. The news story was about the non-professional designation
Yeah.
and what that encompasses. We've brought in all the other things that programs that have gotten canceled. That's not what the story was about.
But the whole thing in
And
a
it has
nutshell,
nothing to do with that. Gotcha.
No, but the
All
whole
right.
thing in a nutshell was about basically, them being like kind of saying that the career, they're dissolving, they're being dismissive of something that these people are not going to be able to recoup, basically. I mean, like the teachers can't go back now. I mean, we ain't say recoup, but the teachers that have spent their money for however much for their education now, and now they're saying that their careers are nothing, basically. And they're not being compensated. They're not being, I'm gonna say compensated, and it's because they were never compensated. But now everybody's in a fix. But you stated that that's capitalism, and that's not the way the world works. So that's how we got in a tailspin about all of this.
Yeah. Well,
So
you
that's how we
also,
went.
because you stated that, oh, well, they have to take some ownership
Yeah,
for
take
what
the
they
ownership.
decided
They
that
made a
they wanted to
decision.
do.
You
But
remember saying
there were
that?
other
I
things
do.
that play when they made that decision.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, when you change all those other things, then they should
Modifications
be
need to be
complicated. That's
made.
what I'm saying. Yes.
Yeah, modifications should be made because when they took away their when pretty much when whatever they signed was taken away, then there should have been something else in place instead of saying now where you're making $100 payment before, now you have to make a $600 payment to get this money back.
But yeah, if there's programs, those programs are different than the professional designation. I'm not disagreeing that if there were programs that you were eligible for that were there whenever you made the decision, yes, you should still have privy to those programs.
Yeah.
But that's a different issue.
Yeah, but we.
I don't disagree with that statement.
Well, then there you go. Now there you have it. Everyone's in agreement. Nobody disagrees. The world's at peace. Next topic, Juan.
You got another news topic.
Listen, you got another news topic.
I did.
Hey,
What
y'all.
was it?
Crap.
Was it some about the president?
No.
Was it
Okay.
about the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade?
It was definitely not about the parade.
I haven't seen the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade in years, so definitely
I was
not.
good. Oh no, I did have a news correction because we had made a statement the other week.
A news correction.
A news correction, yes.
Now we're correcting ourselves.
Yes, because
We don't want to
we
give
don't want
false
to be giving out
information.
false narratives.
Don't nobody care.
Okay, so the other week we had mentioned the fraternities targeting Marines.
Yes. Uh huh.
Oh,
That is false.
oh, okay.
That did not happen.
Okay.
UNCW and the Wilmington police
Correct.
did an investigation. They said that never happened. That was an
Okay.
internet hoax.
Oh.
To all
Wow.
of my Q friends, I apologize
For him making jokes.
for me making jokes.
But those jokes were funny.
Yes.
And they still gonna jump you when they see you.
Yeah.
They gonna step all over you.
But yes,
Yeah.
I did want to put that correction out there, and I don't remember the other news story, but because I just saw it last night, and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." Do you remember? We watched it. It was you don't remember, dude? Okay,
Okay. Anything else?
no,
Uh-oh. Juan doesn't look happy. I guess I'll have to.
because the story that I saw, I thought it would have been really interesting. If I remember it, I'll yeah.
Put this over here so I can make sure you
Ain't
can
you-
hear.
Are you on deck to queue up all of the stories?
I guess I am. That's why I said to make sure my mic is here. Oh, I
Move
got
your
it.
pony hair out the way. Move your pony hair out the way.
Let me pull my hair back. So long and okay.
So does your assignment. So if the Lord has pre-programmed your life to reach level 20, as you elevate, this means you must be okay when level 6 people leave. When level 7 people leave and level 8 people get off. Because certain people are just floor assignments, not lifetime passengers. And remember, elevators have a weight capacity. So for elevators to work, people must get on and people must get off. How we get stuck, though, is when we try to keep what was supposed to get off at level 6, what was supposed to get off at level 7, what was supposed to get off at level 8. So by the time you reach level 9, there's no space for you to receive all the newness that the Lord wants to send in your life because you have been breastfeeding old things. Release them and let them go. let them go, and shift your perspective. You're not losing people, you're making space. You're not losing people, you're losing weight, because every elevator has a weight capacity. Maybe you didn't lose what God had for you. You lost what was blocking what God has for you. And here's the thing, when they leave, don't push the button, door open. Let it close. Let it close, because elevators can only go up once the door is shut. And you might find yourself in a season of solitude, but remember, you've been programmed to go higher, and Yahweh is your operator.
Now, okay, sorry, I couldn't get it to stop. So we have to just. Oh, so Larry, I see your attentiveness. How do you feel about that? I love your facial
Larry said that was too
expressions.
long. I fell asleep on it.
Lost me the first 5 minutes.
I actually watched this one beforehand.
What?
Yeah, I had some time though. Anywho,
Oh, yeah, Larry had time this week. He probably watched all of them beforehand.
I mean, once again, that's one of them was like, yeah, it sound good and it feel good, but he really wasn't saying nothing, in my opinion.
He said
That's
it
just my
sounded and
opinion.
feel good.
Really?
Yeah.
He said, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the whole elevator analogy, and it can only go up. Well, it can only move when the door is closed.
Yeah, and it could go up or it could
You
go
know,
down,
but he made it sound like, it can only go up when the door is closed. Well, it goes down too. I mean, come on, man. But I mean, it's just, some of this inspirational stuff, it's like I just don't buy into it, because like they don't make me feel like they really believe it. They just, trying to sound all important and deep like Erykah Badu on the damn song. So I mean, that's all I got on that.
It's all perspective.
Yeah.
I think it's really all perspective, because you got people, as they say, those glass half empty, glass half full people, and I think, like, I see his take, I guess, on that. I guess, I don't know about the elevator.
Well, I mean,
the elevator does go down.
But the thing about it is, it's just a simple fact of life. You don't need nobody to tell you that every relationship in your life is finite. It has a beginning and it has an end. Regardless of how that end comes, it's there. So this is not new information to us. You ain't said nothing slick to a can of oil.
No,
But there is no, I mean,
but it's like, again, it goes with perspective, because sometimes it's not even about that. It's just about, like he's saying, like sometimes people don't let people go at the designated time, because people don't know. There's some people who think, no, this is gonna last forever.
Well, see, no,
I mean, some people might think,
They should know
you're
better.
mine forever. This is it. Whatever. They should, but like, again, it's perspective, because
Yeah.
some people are not used to.
I got that.
Some
weird
people haven't taken a lot of
perspective.
losses. Some people's always took wins, and they don't know how to, let things go, or be done with something or whatever.
But it's not necessarily. I don't see where it has or why it's a necessary loss. It's just life doing what life does.
but I mean, that's how many people hold on to things longer than
Grudges.
they should. I mean, grudge. I mean, that's what trauma is.
Everything,
It's
yeah.
holding on to something when it no longer serves you.
Yeah,
I mean, if everybody knows that, then nobody needs therapy.
Yeah, so everybody
People don't know. I mean, you say, you ain't saying, no, people don't know it. I mean, it's just a matter of hearing it in a manner that it clicks for you. Mm-hmm. So most of this self-help and inspirational stuff, it's different. It's a different wording on information that
It's been
at
around
some
forever.
point, once it clicks for you, it's like, yeah, we knew that. But even when you know it, a lot of people don't apply it. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I mean, we've used the analogy before. It's 20 different ways to get from here to insert name of said destination.
Yeah, it's just all about the route you take.
You have to figure the one that clicks for you, and that's the path that you travel. But no, everybody doesn't know it, because again, people hold on to people hold on to grudges, people hold on to thought processes. People hold on to things. It's what people do it all the time.
Yeah.
Everybody does it. Even people that are enlightened and
So now all of a sudden they're gonna let that go because of his Instagram.
somebody might.
I mean, and that's the crazy thing, because in life it's about growth. I mean,
Once it
we
clicks
evolve
for
and
you,
change.
when you hear it in the manner that, oh yeah, I got that. Yeah.
Touche.
I mean, because there have been people that's held grudges with people, and You know, they might go somewhere, and I could have just told them 2 weeks ago the same thing, but you know,
It just sounded
somebody
better
else
coming
said
out of his
something.
mouth.
Yeah, and they be like, you know what he just said? You be like, what? He said something, and be like, girl, I done told you that 3 times.
Or it might not even be that it sounds better. I mean, because I'm gonna use me for an example. I mean, because I've lauded my therapist, Jared. I've lauded how he helped me click with, you know, how to be empathetic, what that means, and things of that nature. I've heard it
Or his thoughts are
that I need to be empathetic. I know the definition of empathy, but until he kind of programmatically explained it in words and in a manner that I'm like, oh,
that's what empathy is.
that makes sense. I didn't get it.
Yeah, and there are times that you know.
And I'm laughing because he's the one that formulated how I feel. Well, I ain't gonna say formulated, but got me to a point where it's like, you know, you right, bro. Yeah. So, all right.
See, I mean, he didn't give me new information. He just explained information I've heard thousands of times before.
He broke it down
in a
to
manner
where
that clicked to me. Broke it down in nerd terms. And I'm like,
why ain't they say that a long time ago?
That computes.
You know, but again, perspective, because you know, Larry just made a valid point. The same person that you talked to made you look at it like that, but the same person that you talked to made him look at a particular way. The way, you know, he looks at it, and I'm sure they're 2 different things. But hey, you know, who knows?
But he's the same person.
Yeah, Jared's the same person. I think he needs to give us a little what you call it, sponsorship at this point. But need to call.
Shout out, Jared.
Yeah, Jared.
Yeah, I need to make an appointment anyway.
See, Jared, Larry needs an appointment. Let's get it there for Monday.
Before we went to Jamaica, man.
It's only been a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See him twice a month.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you overdue.
Yeah.
It's your behavior.
A lot to talk about.
Oh, well, my God. Okay. Well, hey, let's get that appointment scheduled for Monday or Tuesday this week. Okay. Anyway, let's see what we're talking about next. My phone locked. Hold on. Okay. This is from Juan. Let's say the first one was from.
Wait, everybody didn't chime in?
No, everybody didn't. Never mind. We're not going to let her chime. No, I'm just joking. Go ahead, buddy.
She just sat over there and just fell back into the cut.
Like, I'm not even saying about this bull crap. No,
she's like, honestly, I've forgotten what this clip was.
and then
everybody was yelling and stuff.
Look, we're going to do a disclaimer
I
that
did not
whatever we
forget.
discuss here is all discussion. It's nothing argumentative, because when we leave here, we love, and it's okay. Now carry on. No, I'm just now carry on.
I like the analogy. I think it reminds people that it's, you know, different people, just like with an elevator. It's not someone getting off that you don't like necessarily. It's just that they're not going where you're going. So people have to get off. You have to let people go regardless of who that person is. And whether it's a grudge or not, it's not always about grudges. Sometimes they just don't get to go where you go because they don't share the same vision that you have. So it may not necessarily be that this person's bad for you. It just may mean that they're not going to elevate you to where you need to be because of your views being different. So I do agree.
It's a nice way of putting it. Nice way of putting
So
it.
eloquent.
I
She
know.
speaks so well.
I'm not sure if I want to speak like that, because it sounds really
What you
nice.
mean? She speaks so well. What you mean? What's she supposed to be today?
I was waiting. I was waiting.
Yeah.
my God.
Shout out Chris Rock. I caught that reference. I be president.
We have a lot of stuff. Let me see what this next one is. Okay, this next one is Juan. I think it's 3. Okay, this is 1 right here. Oh, bye. Oh, sorry. Finger issue real quick. Sorry.
Did not try to press.
Says, pay attention. Something here needs to be
Trying to
strengthened.
rewind it.
Pain is sacred, and pain is part of the refiner's fire. Trauma is what happens when we don't understand pain. When we decide that pain isn't something that we feel, it's something that we are. Trauma is pain turned inward. Pain that becomes your identity. Pain hardened into bitterness, resentment, distrust. Someone gets betrayed, They feel pain. That's normal. That's human. But if they cling to that betrayal, if they turn it into armor, if they say never again and close their heart, distrust the world, they don't just carry the pain, they become it. Trauma says, I was hurt once, so I will hurt forever. Pain, it moves you. Trauma, it freezes you. Pain is the forge. Trauma is the prison. And I say this as a man who's been in that prison. When I went through my divorce, it broke me open. It wasn't just a heartbreak. It was a complete identity crisis. It wasn't just pain, it was trauma. Because I let the pain define me. I carried bitterness. I carried resentment. I carried the story that I was wronged and lived inside that story. But bitterness never built a warrior, and self-pity never forged a king. At some point, I had to stop asking myself, why is this happening to me? And start asking, how do I rise through this? With God's help, I stopped letting the wound tell my story. I stopped letting trauma shape me. I turned it into fuel, into wisdom, into strength. Because of that pain, I'm a better man. Because of that pain, I found freedom. Because I refused to stay a victim, I built a life better than anything that I have lost. And now, 7 years later, I'm the happiest I've ever been. I look back and say with a full heart, my divorce was one of the greatest blessings God ever gave me. Not because it didn't hurt, but because I refused to stay hurt. So hear me now, fellas. You don't run from pain. You face it. You hold it. You walk through it. You let it forge you into a stronger man. Take your hits on the chin. Stand up even when your smile is cracked and your teeth are broken. Because pain is not the enemy. Pain is the path. Trauma is the trap. Feel your pain, don't worship it. Honor your wounds, don't become them. Walk through hell, but don't build a home there. Pain is the fire that forges you. Trauma is the story that buries you.
Okay. Who wants to go first? He was talking to the men. He was obviously, because he said men.
Yeah.
All right, that's
Well,
what
I think they go hand in hand.
I'm just-
I mean, I think if you feel pain, you also are going to have some trauma. And I feel like that because if you have pain, it doesn't go away immediately. And based on his description of pain and trauma in the beginning, if you deal with pain and it doesn't go away immediately, there is trauma. It's how long you sit in that, because you're going to have trauma as you deal with the pain because it's still there and you're not able really to move forward immediately. It's how you work through it that gets you beyond the trauma, where you're actually just, growing from the pain. So, I mean, I think it makes sense.
Sounds.
That's what I took from it, though.
Okay. Well, what did you take from it? We'll save Larry for last. Because you're not going to get by with this. You got to say something.
I said, yeah.
You're not going to get by with this, yeah. But look, nah, nigga, you want to say something else. He's like, yeah. Touche.
Ditto.
Go ahead, Mom.
So, I kind of, that post kind of, it hit home with me quite a bit. Because obviously, I did go through the divorce, and it was a lot of pain. But I do look back on it. I mean, it's still new, but I do still look to it, and I'm not going to say thankful for it, but I do think that it was very formative for me, because I do think that it, because of the situations that arose in the development of it and going through it, it forced me to do some self-reflection and some self-work that I would not have done without it. So, yeah, I mean, I agree that pain can be a great fuel. And, yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Wow.
Try not to stay into it too much where it becomes traumatic. Yeah, try to keep moving forward from it. Be in it long enough to feel the pain and acknowledge it, but, not live in it. So, yeah.
Well, I live in the pain right now because my finger is hurting and I'm traumatized from it. But I'm moving forward because I do know that pain is usually temporary in every aspect, you know. But at any moment, that trauma can always, you know, something could happen and you just, you know, have a moment, a trigger that makes you think of that trauma every, you know, or that pain. It definitely makes you think of that pain, but, you know, hey. Like Larry said, yeah. Mm-hmm. No, I'm just...
Yeah,
But-
I mean, because yeah.
And that's Larry's. No, I'm just...
I mean, 'cause it's everybody approaches, you know, things differently. So, and for me, it's like a challenge. So it's like it's like a challenge. So when you get this pain, it's like, all right, so what am I gonna do with this? You know, I can either choose to at least try to let this refine me some and come out stronger and better on the other side, or, you know, I can start hurting people because hurt people, you know, because I'm traumatized and I'm just going to sit here and stew in it. So, yeah.
But there's no need to stew in it.
No, I'm stewing in nothing.
Let me see. Oh, this is the next. Okay, I need to have my phone unlocked. I'm not as good as Chris, but I do my best. We're moving on to this. 1, 2, 3. I think this is the next one right here.
A life insurance policy. Because you're going to, I don't know how long you're going to live. I know you're going to die.
Did you say that?
If you have children, and you're young, you can get $1 million policy for $100 a month, a term life policy. And then direct that through a will to your children. That's generational wealth. Go buy a home. Use the Community Reinvestment Act at Wells Fargo to get that mortgage. Get a down payment. Act like you poor for a minute. Get some down payment assistance from her. You buy your first house. 4 years into that, you use the equity through a HELOC, home equity line of credit. Buy your second house. Nothing fancy. Hood adjacent. Worst house, best block. Buy it, rehab it, rent it. Don't rent it to your cousin Pookie, they're not gonna pay rent. Business is personal. Business is not personal. Capitalism is a gladiator sport. Make the money and give it to whoever you like. But run it like a business. Do that 3 times, you'll be a millionaire. Just that. So when everybody's out here freaked out, we should be freaked on. We should be turned on. Though this is your time. This is your time. Just pick a lane and show up to her, and not with your hand out, with your hand up.
Okay, one. Let's go with you on this one first.
Okay. I mean, y'all know I'm that huge fan of all the things that that's John Hope Bryant.
Did it? Mm-hmm.
Huge fan of all those things. I don't know. I'm not sure if all of them are applicable currently. I don't know if the Community Reinvestment Act is still available. But the premise to me still remains the same on how to generate generational wealth. Real estate is one of the easiest ways to convey wealth from generation to generation. And the concept of how to do it holds up solid. And I think that's something that a lot of people of color, I can't even say people of color. I think that's something that a lot of black people lose sight on. We don't want to buy houses in areas that we would otherwise definitely rent in, or areas that we have lived in. We want to make purchases up. We want to purchase out of the area.
I'll be looking over
We
here.
don't want to, I'm not looking at you at all,
Be
Kim.
looking over here.
We don't want to purchase in gentrifying areas. We wait and let the area become gentrified. And then we complain that, gentrifiers have moved in and, raised the value, which is a good thing. I think these are the ways that we generate wealth, is by buying houses and renting them out. That's a sound, that's a sound model on how to build wealth. And I think we neglect it because of, I don't even know the reason why. That was, huge fan of all the things that he said in that. Bippity boppity boo.
Bippity
Bippity
boppity boo.
boppity boo. Didn't think it was gonna come out today.
Tanya, how you feel about that?
I mean, one of the things he said was find a good neighborhood and then buy the worst house. And that's not really gentrification. That means you have to be at a certain financial status and a certain, because I mean, even to buy the worst house in a good neighborhood, you're still going to spend a lot of money. So it doesn't fall under that whole, let me go in the hood. Because he's not saying go to the hood.
He said hood
and buy a
adjacent.
house.
Hood adjacent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But he said a good neighborhood. So he's saying a good neighborhood near the hood and buy the worst house and then fix it up. So it's still not in the hood. So you're still going to pay a lot of money for it. I mean, I understand it. It makes sense.
It's
but
it's relative.
It's not really.
It's a relative term. It's whenever because his concept is basically it's the it's buy, rent, rehab, repeat. It's that strategy, and that strategy is linchpinned by worst house, best block, whatever that level is. Whatever your level of affordability is, you don't, and a lot of us will go out and we're like, I want to buy the best house. Mm-hmm. You never want to own the best house on the block that you're buying. You buy worst house, best block. Whatever the block you can afford, buy the worst house on that block.
That's as an investment. I don't think he said, but I think he.
The investment philosophy.
Property, you know, not to actually live in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You buy the worst house on the best block you can afford. That way you have ability to build equity because the value that you're able to build is established by the best house. You don't want to be that best house. You want to be the worst house because you have room for growth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It sounds good.
It does.
Yeah. I'm like,
I mean, you say it like it's. You say, oh, that sounds good, like it's a hypothetical.
No,
that's the premise.
That's the premise. That's the premise because he's got
good.
money. I mean, so I wouldn't buy it.
It's easy to say when you have either a lot of money or great credit.
Yeah.
And that was also his second. That was also on the second go round. That was the second property that he said that about, not the first one. So that's going to be a little bit different too.
The first house was purchased in the hood. He's talking about his mom's strategy on how his mom built wealth. First house was where she lived. She bought in the hood, and because the thing is to buy a house, because that's how you start building your net worth. Buy something,
not Jordans or cars.
Yeah, buy an asset that is going to appreciate.
I got 3 pair on the way. They'll be here Tuesday.
And then you build your investments around that, because no matter how hood your house is, as long as you didn't purchase bad, you're going to build equity. Your equity is what you then use to seed your investments. That's a sound model, and that's what we lose sight in because we don't pull the trigger on the initial purchase because we always want to wait till we can purchase our dream house. And houses are investment vehicles. That's all they are. They are a means to an end. The end is for me to convey wealth to my kids and my kids' kids and my kids' kids' kids. That's what the goal for me. For me, that's the end game. It's not for me to have this extravagant house that is gorgeous. I could care less. It's a means to an end because I got to live somewhere while I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're not thinking about that. I think at least when I say, oh, it sounds good, it's because, it's more difficult to get a loan. For a single woman, it's difficult to get a loan unless you have a lot of money or very good credit. I'm going to start with that because I've seen guys with worse credit and less money get houses.
Wow.
Yes. So it's difficult for me as a single woman, one, to get approved for the loan without them telling me some ridiculous amount of money that I need to pay down. Because if I can pay you $100,000 down, I could just go somewhere and buy me a little cheap house. And so so there's that. And then two, nowadays, it's a little more difficult to look at that model as a first time home. And the reason why I say that is because when you look at somewhere like, and maybe we're talking about a little baby city, but when you look at somewhere like Charlotte, even in the gentrified neighborhoods, even in the hood where the gentrification is beginning to come out there, even if I want to buy a house in the hood, I'm at this point spending $300,000 or $400,000 on a little piece of shack. And now I've got no equity to do anything with it, which means what I got to have? Moolah. I got to have a lot of money to buy a shack in the hood that's being gentrified because of what's coming. It's because of what's coming. The price has already gone up. People are already starting to move out because now the property value has gone up on these little shack homes that they have to pay so much taxes on it that they can't afford to live there. So they're starting to move, but I can't afford to buy it because it's still a piece of crap, and so I say it sounds good because you really got to work hard to find a place where this works, where it really works for you. If you don't have a lot of money or excellent credit, period. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
See, and I can't even argue with that because I don't know, because I'm not a single woman.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't. But that was eye-opening to. I just thought, shoot, you got credit. I didn't know it was harder for women than it is for men. But I ain't never done it by myself as a single man either. So I mean,
Because even here, I tried to purchase here, and they approved me, but told me I had to put down, what was it, $65,000 or something like that. It was like, oh yeah, we can do it, but you got to put down all this money. And I was like, I'm not cleaning out my retirement for you. I mean, not for a condo.
Right.
Like if I'm gonna clean out my retirement, it's gonna be a nice big house if I'm gonna have to clean it out because I need to be able to get it back.
right.
I can't get it back in this. So I was like, no, I'm not doing that. But that's the kind of crazy stuff I get met with. And I make good money. But because I'm a single person, and you disagree because you were in the office with them, you know why they did this. Tell us. Tell us why.
So
He says, no, honey, didn't happen quite like that. What happened was...
well, no, because that was the financing through their preferred lender. It's with mortgages, it's a matter of finding the right program. I mean, it's shopping. You have to shop for a mortgage just like you're going to shop for a car or any other sort of thing that you're going to put significant money in.
And I didn't buy.
There are mortgage programs where you don't have to have as much money to put down. You're going to have different things that are going to be different. You're going to have different requirements on credit. You're going to have different interest rates, but there's multiple mortgage programs. It's just a matter of finding the one that works for you. I mean, because there's still FHA loans. They're out there. FHA is 3% down, 3% of whatever the price of the house is that you're looking for. 3% is 3%. I mean, if you're looking at I don't want to do the math in my head really quickly, but I mean, if you qualify for an FHA, maybe, you don't look at this said house. Maybe you're like, okay, I got $3,000 that I can put down, which means you got to look at $100,000 house as opposed to a $200,000.
Yeah, but that's crazy. I mean, because
it's not crazy.
When I say it's crazy,
it's keeping the end game in mind.
Yeah, there are no $100,000 houses.
Yeah, that
goes back to what I said.
That's why I said that's crazy. That's what I'm saying that's crazy about, because as another single woman, you look at 100,000, and I'm just saying,
I've bought 2 sub $100,000 houses, so they do exist.
They do, Juan. They
Not
do.
anymore.
And did you put a single woman in them without doing anything to them?
There was a family in one of them, and there was a dude in the other.
A dude.
Okay.
That's right. Yeah. Because men will live, I ain't being funny, men will live anywhere. And I don't mean that, and I don't.
My houses weren't just anywhere. They were in decent areas.
Okay.
They were hood adjacent.
Because, they were hood adjacent.
They were hood adjacent.
Fine. But like I said, even as a single woman, one of the houses I wouldn't have, I mean, it's just that, we're familiar with the street.
So now we gonna talk. Should I ask you about my relatives?
Carolina.
Carolina.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
saying.
trash.
Carolina
It's
was
just, what do you
decent.
feel
I would have
safe?
thought that the
Tremont
was,
I wouldn't, because that's no place I would ever want to stay. Not unless my rent was $2 or $3. I mean, like $500, because of location. I'm
So you just
saying.
said you would stay there if the rent was,
I
the
mean-
mortgage was less than that.
I know
So
that.
that's what I'm saying.
I know that, but I'm saying
I would
wouldn't
rent
buy
there,
it.
but I wouldn't buy.
But because-
That's why the madness is there.
But because
If
the
there's
work-
a point that you would rent, why would you not own that?
Because, like for me, and I always tell people,
Because the rent was definitely more than $500,
the rent was more than
but the
$500.
mortgage wasn't.
I know, but that's no place I could see. If I got to take, if one closet, if I can't, and this is terrible, when I buy something, because I'm older, I don't see myself saying, okay, I'm gonna stay there for XYZ, because that's gonna be pretty much just it. I'm pushing on 50. I don't want to move again.
Say that
my
like
goal,
that's a bad thing. Don't say that.
well, no, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I don't want to move somewhere and then say, well, yeah, in 4 years, I'm gonna flip them, because I'm a settle. I like to be
And see,
settled.
that's where, and that's why my initial statement was, keep the end. If your end game is never to build generational wealth, then that's not the play that you would run.
That's But because you was like, and we talk about it. So we've talked about it a lot. But get like a duplex, get a multifamily home. That sounds good if maybe I was younger, but because I'm older, like I don't like to be bothered. I don't really like to keep. It's just a lot of stuff I don't like. So I know that stuff. I'm just like, yeah, sounds good for you, but not for me.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody has a different end game.
Yeah.
My end game is to leave something. Yeah. Everybody's ain't that.
Leave memories.
That's not the only way to leave generational wealth.
No, it's not the only way.
Okay.
I didn't
So
say
then
it's the only way.
But you did say, okay,
I said
if
it's
you
one of
don't
the
want to leave
easiest.
generational wealth, then don't do this. I mean,
Well, we did talk about getting an insurance policy.
Yeah.
Which just that whole video was like, how old were we when we even knew about that type of stuff?
Yeah.
So
I was young when I knew about insurance.
Because you tried to sell it. That's the only reason why you knew it. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Well, no, I've always thought different. I mean, I was investing money when I was in my 20s.
Yeah. Prime America. Let me see.
No, I was buying stock.
Okay. I'm like,
Yeah,
I remember I was like, get this Prime America. I was like, what's Prime America?
Yeah.
What's that?
so do you still have that?
Do I still have
the
investments?
stocks, that you bought in your 20s that have grown all these years.
Oh, no.
because I was this that long time.
I was invested. I was an aggressive investor, and like I've always been a fan of tech stock, so I bought like tech stock and kind of lost lots of. I mean, I still have some of it, but I've lost lots of it through bubble crashes.
Tandy. I invested in Tandy a long time ago.
Wasn't Tandy? It was Radio Shack and Blockbuster.
Okay,
But
my
thank
bad.
you for
I'm sorry.
thank you for digging up wounds of stupidity. I appreciate that.
I'm sorry. I was just joking about Tandy. Because
when he got that Tandy, he was happy no more.
I forgot.
Then he could play Chuck Yeager on it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, what's the next video?
Oh God, I'm sorry. Please forgive me, Warren. I'm sorry. 1, 2. Okay, this one right here. We're ready to play this one. Let me try to make sure my volume's up on it.
Did I send one?
This was woke versus. Hold on, people. Nope.
I'm just trying to remember. I thought I ran across something. I don't know.
No, you ain't sent nothing this week.
Okay,
Larry.
I didn't. All right.
Well, damn it. Okay.
I know I was sending stuff heavily.
You was.
One day. Not every day.
Oh, I lost my earbud. I must be sitting on it somewhere. Oh, I am. Sorry. I was showing it was playing.
We're experiencing technical
Sorry.
difficulties right now.
Now, let's go.
And a religious hardliner. Honestly, not
Woke
much.
versus
On
religious.
the surface, they look different. Different clothes, different slogans,
Rewind
different
it and
gods,
start it back
different
over, please.
hashtags. But what's the difference between a woke activist and a religious hardliner? Honestly, not much. On the surface, they look different. Different clothes, different slogans, different gods, different hashtags. But underneath it all, fundamentally, they're the same person. Because none of them are thinking anymore. They stopped using their mind. They've been captured. Some system, some preacher, some ideology, handed them the answer, a conclusion. And once you accept a conclusion first, you stop asking questions. You reverse engineer your entire worldview to protect the answer you've been given. That's how extremism works. It's not born from deep thinking. It's born from avoiding thinking. James Baldwin once said, "The most dangerous creation of any society is the man who has nothing to lose." Today, the most dangerous creation might be the man who has nothing left to question. And that's the other poison, exclusivity, tribal superiority. My group is chosen. My ideology is pure. My people are the anointed. And everyone who disagrees with me, they're the enemy. So whether it's the woke mob canceling you or whether it's the ultra-religious condemning you to hell, it's the same spirit, different costumes, same fanaticism. Try talking to these people. You can't. There's no conversation. There's no curiosity. Just moral one-upmanship. It's like they're all screaming the same equation. 2 + 2 = my team. There's no winning with that. The real strength, the real awakening, is rejecting the extremes altogether. Standing in what the philosophers call the radical center. That's where thinkers live. That's where free men live. That's where people like Carl Jung, Alan Watts, Jordan Peterson all overlap. So stop starting with the conclusion. Start with the question. Put in the work. Start with curiosity. Start with the courage to say, I don't know, but I'm willing to find out. The future doesn't belong to extremists. It belongs to men and women who actually listen. Men who don't need others to tell them what reality is. Men who aren't afraid of nuance. So don't be woke. Don't be dogmatic. Don't be certain. Be centered. Be balanced. Stand before the great cosmos with awe and wonder, not with certainty. Because that's where truth lives. And that's where change actually begins. If you're tired of the extremes or feel like you're being pulled in one direction,
You can stop
or the other,
that. That last
check
part's
out
just an ad for his
community
group.
and where we challenge each other's ideas.
Okay.
We're open to all possibilities.
Juan, you're the one that sent. You're the one that sent it.
I'm aware of that.
That's why
So,
he said, "Go ahead and stop it."
Woke versus righteousness. Doom, doom, doom. What do you feel? I mean, because really, when I listen to this twice, this makes the third time, I'm just like, I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Like when he's talking about woke, like the woke versus righteousness, he's like the people don't think for themselves and da da da. And I'm just like, I don't look at it as his idea of woke and my idea of woke are like two different, I'm gonna say, takes on it. I just say when people say they're woke, they're just educating themselves
Not sleep.
on. No, I mean just educating themselves on like what's in front of them like right now, and you know some of the history and stuff like that, and just trying to make better decisions. So when he's talking about being religious or woke or whatever, I was just like, I don't.
I think
he blurred a lot of lines in that.
I think you're getting caught up on the term woke. I think he was just saying extremists, like
Okay, 'cause
extremists
I'm
on
like-
either end.
Yeah.
Just radical left, radical religious.
Yeah.
It's the same. He's saying it's two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, because I was just like, yo, man, just be conscious of what's going on, and don't. Like when he was like he's trying to get people or his group, whatever. I was like, yeah, because I'm not buying it, bro. No, for me. But because I listened to it twice, I was like, well, maybe I was like, I don't understand what he's talking. I don't get it. I know I'm not that slow.
You were watching it as you were asleep.
No, I was just laying. I wasn't watching.
I was just laying in the bed.
I was just listening to it like while I brushed my teeth, and then I listened to it too. I looked at it and listened to it while I was sitting up, and I was like, no, I was up. I mean, alert.
Yeah, for me, it's. He was just saying that extreme on either end, be it because typically when people are talking, if like far right people are talking of far left people, they're saying those are woke people. Usually those the cancel culture people. That's what I'm taking it to be. And then obviously the far right is going to be the righteous side, the people that are
holy rollers.
Yeah, I mean, so he's just saying that both sides are kind of neither side is wanting to hear what anyone is saying. It's if you don't agree with me, you're wrong and you're the enemy. I'm demonizing you. You're a bad person. Blippity bloppity blue. Yeah.
And to me, that's where it kind of blurred because then it was like it sounded like he was talking more about politics than what he
you ain't on my team then.
But I mean, because I think that it extends beyond politics. I mean, I think a lot of our religious conflict happens because of because of that type of mindset. I mean, that's my people are the chosen people.
Our people are the chosen people.
Okay.
Only 1,000 of us. No, I'm just joking. Hey, look at something.
But I mean, I think I'm sure we all know that was you said that was my post. But yeah, I mean, I try to be sort of, I mean, I have my beliefs, but I also try to be open and accepting of others' beliefs and willing to hear. We all know I'm willing to hear.
We do know. And he's going to discuss it. He discuss it. Yeah,
as long as it's not too cold.
As long as it ain't too cold.
Or dark.
Yeah.
But I think that's where that's where coexistence and joy and love it's when I'm willing, even if I don't agree with it, I'm willing to allow you to have it and I'm willing to hear it. You know, I don't have to shut your beliefs out because I think they're lesser than or because they don't line up with mine. I'm more than happy to hear your belief, as long as you're also willing. I mean, I think it's got to be mutual. We have to be willing to hear one another's opinions and beliefs and be accepting of one another's opinions and beliefs.
About a unicorn that never exists.
I mean, no, I mean, this is one of the things that I've like. I mean, I'm a Christian believer, but I've welcomed Mormons and Jehovah's Witnesses into my home I'm more than happy to discuss your opinion of your God with you, but I want you to be willing to hear my opinion of my God also. I mean, we can discuss it. This is discourse is a wonderful thing. So yeah.
How do you feel, Tanya?
I think he throws a little wrench in there when he says they're the same, because his whole thing was the comparison between being woke and being religious. And he's like, yeah, it's the same thing. No. I mean, I agree. If you are throwing that word, what was it? Not radical. I'm thinking radical for Christ. What word did he say?
Activist or something?
Yeah, like you repeated it again. I forget. But when you're completely on this end or completely on that end. Extremists, yes. When he throws that in there, it kind of changes everything. It makes it difficult to debate that, because if you're extremely anything, you could or could not be closed-minded. Yeah, there's an end game, but just because there's an end that you believe in doesn't mean you're not curious. That's what I disagree with, because he said if you begin all of your thought processes with a specific ending, you're no longer curious. You no longer ask questions. And I completely disagree with that. There are lots of religions and lots of people who are Christian or whatever they are who still have questions, which is why they go to Bible study, which is why they have study groups and all the other things that you do. It's why you go to church. I mean, for some people, it's like, I need to learn more. I need to understand this. I need to ask these questions, And so I don't think it takes away your curiosity because you have an end game in mind. It's just like going to work. You still got questions, even though you're going to get paid at the end. I mean, I don't think it takes your curiosity away just because you feel like it's going to end a certain way. I feel like sometimes that raises questions, because when certain things happen, you wonder how you going to get to this ending. When you're in this situation right here, I think it heightens your questions more than takes the questions away.
But for me, what he was saying was, even within that curiosity, I need to hear it from my perspective. I need to hear it from a perspective that already lines up with mine. I don't want to hear your perspective because your perspective is different from mine. You're Methodist. I want to hear the Baptist edition of it. I want to hear the Baptist edition. I can't hear yours because yours is wrong. I'm not even willing to accept that there may be some level of credence from yours. I need to go to my pastor and hear the way my pastor say it, because my pastor's the be all and end all. The way,
which is where that word extremist comes in, because there are people who are like that and they have that one route and this is the route they take. But I don't believe that that's the majority of us who call ourselves Christian. I feel like we understand, which is why we move from church to church. It's like we get it while we're here, and then eventually this pastor is no longer feeding us because they're no longer giving us the answers to the questions that we have about our lives in the state that we're in. And so we move somewhere else where we hear a message that relates to us in this current state. It's not that we're, it's not that we are no longer curious or that it has to be from this particular person. I feel like a huge number of us, we move around because we are looking for the answers really to the question. It's not about who's giving it to us.
But even with that, you're still basically saying exactly what he's saying, because you're still only going, because what he's saying is you're only hearing your perspective. No matter what pastor you're going to, you're only hearing a Christian perspective. You're not going to listen to the 5%er that may come up to you and be like, listen, the mathematics of today, you're not. And that's where you get into a bubble of basically not hearing anything else because everything else is wrong. Only your perspective is right. Whatever that is. Once you close off from everything else, you can't really hear anything else.
Because I went to
and not that you have to agree with it, but a lot of people, a lot of Christians, for me, I believe more Christians than not. And I'm not even going to just pigeonhole Christians. A lot of people of a thought process will no longer hear the thoughts of another thought process. You don't want to hear that.
I don't think so.
I feel like you can hear it.
Go back to sleep. But I went to I have friends that are, I call them JW, Jehovah Witnesses. And just dialogue with them, for me, honestly, it's just hard to believe that and I say it's hard to believe they're Jehovah Witnesses, but just their stuff, because they refer back to the Bible, and whatever. But I was just like, this is interesting. And going and listening to one of their meetings, because it's not really a service, and I'm doing air quotes because I think, because I said, when is church? And she's like, we have our meetings. I'm like, oh, okay, it's meetings. I'm sorry, I thought it was church, whatever. And listening to their logic on stuff, I was just like, this is pretty interesting, because, just knowing some of their, I'm going to say a little bit of their backstory of how the churches, how their foundation or whatever or their group is sustained. I'm like, wow, you mean to tell me this church is, y'all don't take up, I was like, well, it's awful. I had some money, because I'm trained, like the good Baptist people, take up a collection and, all this music and the way we do it, the way I'm used to doing it. And, when I went there, I was like, it's like, well, y'all don't take up an offering, She's like, well, if you want to give a donation, give it at the door. We don't take up, and I was like, okay. Right, I'm like, all right, let me just see, Yeah, well, no, because just learning something new, but I was like, wow, that man, his perspective, and it was kind of food for the thought for the week or whatever, because when I go to church, I like to have something to kind of get me through the week or help recharge me or whatever. And I was like, wow, that was pretty good, and he had came out of Luke or whatever, or his cross reference or whatever they referred it to, was out of Luke. And I was like, that was pretty good, Mr. Jehovah Witness dude, but it wasn't, because I'm never closed-minded to nothing. I listen to, I can say I listen to anything, but I like listening to different people's perspective, because, to me, there's no, when it, they'll say holiness is right and all that stuff. No, I mean, because the Bible is an interpretation. We know, that, but, it's not like, oh, you can only get it from this way or whatever. Like we were saying earlier, somebody could tell you something, say something that the preacher been saying all this time, but it could come from a different delivery service. It could come from Amazon, or it could come from the United States Post Office. But you're gonna, as long as you get you can get it different ways or whatever. But as long as you pick up whatever it's nothing bad. It's still good. But I was just shocked with going to listening to them, because growing up Jehovah Witnesses, we was like, no, don't, oh no, they just, no, you hide from them, and and just going there as an adult, listening to, sitting in and listening to it I'm saying my right mind, in my adult mind, I was like, okay, this don't seem that bad. In my head, I was thinking like, oh, this is nothing I thought it was. I'm gonna put it like that, because I always just thought, Jehovah's Witnesses were a little crazy, and that, not crazy, but they're like excessive. They knocking on people's door, bothering people. Can I share the message with you? Can I share the good news? And And I was like, but as an adult, I'm like, yeah, I couldn't do that door-to-door thing, but hey, that ain't too bad. Y'all have somebody that comes, delivers a message, and and y'all have, it's to me, and like I told, my homegirl, I say, y'all just had big Bible study. It's just a big Bible study, because that's what it was. Because they were like, okay, does anybody have any questions? I want to bring anything in on it. They have a little microphone, like, it was like a discussion. It was a big discussion. And I was like, okay, it's not too bad. It wasn't no hooping, no hollering. The music was a little different than I'm used to. But I was like, okay, after, the service or whatever, the people, were really kind or whatever. But, talking to, the girl that I knew, she was like, well, is this something you think you would come back and visit? And I said, yeah, sure, I'll come back and visit y'all. I mean, y'all don't take up no money or nothing. This is cool. No, I'm just joking. I was just joking. I still left my donation. But, it was just a different way of looking at, the same message. I ain't going to say the same message. But the same core values were delivered, just in a different way. Yeah, a different package. Just through a layman, or whatever they called him, whatever the man was, the speaker. But he wasn't a preacher, he was a speaker, because they don't refer to their people as preachers or whatever. I think that's right. Correct me if I'm wrong, but whatever. But all that being said, I think sometimes, religion is so, well, it's just different. I guess when you're an adult, I know for me, I can take perspective from a bunch of different people, whether it be Muslim or, because it's kind of the same. I ain't gonna say all of it's the same concept, but certain things of it you can pick and choose like a buffet from what you want to take from different. Yeah, a lot of the stuff is core stuff. Just being a good citizen, being a good person. Being a,
take another life.
Yeah.
Treat your elders right.
Yeah.
Respect the elders,
and so.
And it's choice.
Yeah, it's choice.
It's choice.
Like I said, I could go in there and be out in an hour. I really like that idea, but there's some churches I can go in and be out in an hour, It ain't no hooping, no hollering, you in, you out, thank you, Jesus, boom. Go on back, about your normal day. But,
Yeah, but, I mean, do you apply that same to political thought? I know you kind of apolitical, but, I mean, because that's what he was speaking. I mean, people don't apply that concept in mass. I mean, usually people they don't think like me. I mean, because typically a Baptist ain't going into a Jehovah's Witness. I mean, more often than not, you get into your own mindset and you stick with that.
Are you kidding? We wouldn't even open the door for them.
Exactly. I mean, and that's why I say, as we've gotten older, we pick and we choose. Like I say, not all Jehovah's Witnesses are bad people.
Because I think we're sticking with religion, and it's not just religion.
Not all Democrats are this way. Not all Republicans are not bad people, but all white people aren't bad people. All black, what I'm saying? You could take it and break it down into any group you want to do it or break it down into, but it's about kind of being open-minded, listening, and knowing what you know. Like I said, it's still, to me, it all goes back to some core values. When people say, well, I know you Democrat. No, I'm not a Democrat. Why do you think I'm a Democrat? I mean, because I'm black. I mean, and I always laugh at that, because they're like, well, yeah, and I'm like, no, that's crazy. I can say it's crazy, but why would you say that? I mean, because for me, I know when it came to the political stuff, I was like, to vote a straight Democrat ticket, I never really understood it, because I'm like, oh no, this person got some good stuff. Oh no, but this person got some good stuff, and this, I like what this person said. I like this. So to go straight down and say, no, all Democrats are correct. It's like saying
all black people are good. It's like saying
All lives matter.
Yeah, all lives do, but all lives truly do matter. All lives truly do matter.
No, just the black ones.
You know, but like I tell people when it comes to just the Black Lives Matter thing, you know, you don't see too many white boys being gunned down by, you know, so that's why they take the Black Lives kind of thing matters to that point.
Because they already felt like other lives mattered.
Yeah. You know, so it's been shown since history that all those other lives, all lives do matter.
Right.
But right now in this climate, you know, you can look at, you know,
The point is our lives matter too. Yeah.
You know, we want our black men to be around too. We don't want them to be the ones that ain't in jail. We don't want them gunned down.
Right.
You know, so with that being said,
it came from a talk that but we're not talking about that. But it did come from a discussion of that white people don't have to have a discussion with their sons about when you're being pulled over by the police, you do this and you do this and you do this so you can make it home safely, even when you have done nothing. Like, that's not a talk they have to have with their sons, and that's not a worry that they have about their kids not coming home because they got pulled over by the police. But yeah, that's not what we're talking about. But back to what we were talking about, it's the word extremist that throws us all off, because when you're talking about extremist, I mean, that's not really a positive word when you put it with anything. It makes everything not positive. I mean, it doesn't, anything you're extreme about isn't the best thing, especially when you're completely closed-minded to whatever it is. I think we just disagree because, and I think almost any person would disagree, because if you feel like you woke, but you don't feel like you're an extremist, it feels like somebody saying, oh, you think you woke, but you being closed-minded because of the end game. But you got to remember the word extremist. So he's not talking about you unless you're an extremist. So even with religion or whatever, he's not even referencing you, because if you're not an extremist where that's concerned, and you do still have an open mind, and you do still you have questions, then it's not talking about us. So I guess it's hard for you to speak on if you're not an extremist. But yeah, if you're an extremist, you do have a closed mind, because you are an extremist to whatever that is.
an extremist.
I think I think the thought process is just take a moment to self-reflect, because even if I don't even think extreme people think that they're extreme people, but I think it's a moment to self-reflect. And am I a closed-minded person? Do I have areas of my life where I refuse to hear an opposing opinion? I mean, because I think, and this is just I think everybody has areas in their life where they choose to close off and aren't willing to hear something other than what they.
But that's not necessarily extremist. That could just be choice.
I mean, to be extreme is a choice. I mean, you don't.
I'm just saying, but you don't have to call it being an extremist. Like, do you feel like you're an extremist where food is concerned?
What do you mean?
Like you vegan, which means you've discounted food, like any meat products. So I don't do any meat products. So your mind is closed to accepting that, right?
No, my mind is definitely not closed to. I mean,
you won't do it. You won't eat it.
Yeah, I choose not to eat it right now. But
Exactly.
It's my
a
personal choice.
Exactly. But that's not to call you an extremist because you choose not to eat meat right now. It's just a choice you're making.
If I were to become the vegan that I said I aspire to be, where I'm downing everyone else's choice to eat meat and everyone else's choice to wear leather.
But you do make those comments now.
He just be.
But I be doing that as a joke.
He just be.
Nobody thinks that's real.
Yeah, we don't pay him no attention. I mean, like that. I don't mean it like that. We pay him attention, but we.
But yeah, I think the extremeness comes when you're no longer allowing other people's free thought, or you feel that other people are bad for their choices, or I think when you're no longer willing to allow and accept others' choices. And so, yes, when I become my final vegan form, if that happens before I stop being vegan, yes, I would be an extremist. Because I'll be like, oh, my God, do you know how many cows had to die for them Jordans? Oh, my gosh. Do you know what those dogs have to go through in order for you to have your Chinese food?
Oh, you stupid. You are
Can I
so
have you,
stupid.
Jordan?
Wow, that was so
Can I get
racist.
there?
That was
You
so
got a
racist.
couple
That
there.
was
That
racist.
was so racist.
Anyway,
It's not racist. I have 2 Chinese friends.
Oh my gosh!
I've got a whole family of
That's
Chinese friends.
funny. That's funny, Juan.
And he owns a nail shop.
Wow.
Okay, I'm about to go to the next one. We got a lot. We really do have
Yeah, I don't
a
think
lot.
we're gonna make it
We're
through
not. But
all
we're going to
of
make
it.
it through your last one. We know. That's why I said I don't think we're going to make it. But I was talking about you.
Oh.
We was you. I'm going to do this last one and then, because it's almost midday. Okay, y'all ready? Here we go. Uh-oh, my bad. Hold on.
What can I do to ensure my husband treats me as if I have or I will cheat on him? What can I do to ensure him that he can trust me?
A lot of times, men have trust issues because men cannot be trusted. What I mean by that is, a lot of men reflect. He reflect the idea that if he had such options you had, he would fall victim to temptation.
And to like add to that point, sometimes if I keep you under pressure, you can't see the I'm doing.
Exactly. Oh, come on. That's hey, listen, ain't nobody more suspicious than a cheating. that suspicious.
It ain't nothing worse than an insecure man. Oh. Whew. You can affirm your husband every single day. You can reassure him that you are solid and you are with him. But you cannot secure another person's insecurities 100%. That is his responsibility. My question is, before you all decided to get married, was this already a problem? There were situations of him entertaining other people. Oh, yeah, true.
I told you. Bingo. Got him.
Is he here? Yes.
Oh. It's another side of the story. She be doing some suspicious, don't she? She be doing some suspicious. She got to keep running home to go to every event, every homecoming, and her first love live right next door to her. Do you invite him to go? Never. Suspicious.
Hold on. We used to go, but there's a family breakdown. I just recently reconnected with my mother after 9 years because she doesn't approve of me being married to him. That's why at this point he doesn't get invited.
Oh, whoa. All right. Now you know you done f***ed up right. So you not inviting me, your husband, to go to these things because of they won't accept me being around, so you choose to still go instead of standing firm and saying that's my husband, we a package deal. Do you feel some type of way about that, or are you cool?
Definitely. I think that's like page 1, rule 1 of marriage, right? When we get married and I become your husband, I become top priority. That's just what it is, and vice versa, right? So even if that means choosing me over your mama, when we walked down that aisle and stood in front of God and made vows to each other, I became the number 1 priority. So if that's not how you gonna treat me, let me go.
We sit and wonder why he's questioning the cheating part. Because if you cannot pick me, there has to be a reason you not picking me. It's bigger than your mama and y'all differences. Why am I not a priority in this case? It would lead anybody to believe you cheating.
That was some spicy stuff right there.
Yes, it was.
Cause
That
y'all
was, that
go
was
ahead.
from tonight's conversation, and y'all seem to be really animated and amped up by that. So yes,
Hey.
y'all go ahead, because y'all been sitting up here snapping and high-fiving each other,
Mic
chest
dropping.
bumping.
Kidding, playing, and everything, boy.
Y'all over here throwing stuff across the room.
It's just, just it's about being chosen. In a marriage. I'm gonna say period, but especially in a marriage, that right there, I wouldn't even got up there and asked that question. I wouldn't have, but she got up there and asked that question. But like I said, it was something deeper than that. Yeah, I'm like, why would you even say that when like he got up there and he got up there and kind of made her look really bad, or she made herself look bad. Because I'm like.
She made herself look bad by asking the question.
Yeah, that was saying she made herself look bad, and then he caught her there, and he was like, "Well, she goes down there, and da-da-da-da." She's like, "Well, the story is my mom doesn't." I'm like, "Girl, why you even get up there?"
Well, see, and for me, that comes back to there's 2 sides to the story. Because had he not been there,
yeah,
they was dragging old boy.
Yeah.
But had he not been there to tell his side, to get the full scope of what had happened. They was ready to drag. They was burying him until he got up there and told his side of the story.
Yep. But she should have.
That's what I got from that.
She should have never got up there and said nothing. She should just sort of. She should have just left well enough alone.
But again, we have our perception is our reality. I mean, how many without his input of what's happening in his reality, we were talking about him being insecure. We were talking about him being cheating potentially.
Yeah.
So he was the villain the entire time until they was like, oh, he here? What's he got to say?
Yeah.
And then you hear, oh, she doing some cruddy stuff. Okay.
Well, and that's why I always like to tell people, the three sides to the story. You're going to hear his side, you're going to hear her side, and then there's going to be a side you never hear. So you just want to.
Truth.
Yeah, well, the truth is, based on perspective, because to that woman, she the victim. To that man, he the victim. And then
Truth is, they both crazy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Be like, you dealt with this for 20 years. What? That's crazy, honey. Well, I just didn't know. And you're like, nah, sis, I don't understand what you talk about. And then you say, well, and then you listen to him and he say, well, yeah, well, I dealt with this, and that too. You're like, man, you crazy. Man, why you even deal with her? And then, you sitting there like, yeah, both of y'all deserve each other. Like, just leave well enough alone. But it's always good to know or hear both sides.
Right.
And then you draw your, like I tell people always give unsolicited advice. But if somebody's asking you something, it's always good to know, well, how do you feel? How do you feel? Okay, well, this is what I feel. But y'all will figure it out and remove yourself. Because, like I love to tell people, I don't get in married folk business. I don't get in relationship business because I don't do well in either one, obviously. Hence my history. So you want to ask me something about single folk, I can give it to you all day. I give you the best advice I can. But no other advice,
And see, that's why I live by that thing of you need to treat me the way you gonna treat me when we get married before we get married, because I need to know what I'm marrying into. Like, don't make me think that you're gonna do this after we get married and then you don't. Because if you don't choose me before marriage, if your mom comes first before marriage, she gonna come first after marriage. It doesn't switch in your brain automatically. That's not a shift that happens in your mind the moment you marry me. You have to know before you marry me that I come first, that I'm the first person that you think about, that my feelings matter before somebody else's, and that if I'm going to be your wife, people need to understand that beforehand. That's something that needs to be dealt with before the marriage ever happens. So you need to know what you're stepping into. Either we got our own little family here because my family don't accept you and I'm marrying you anyway, and hey, if they want to come here, they can get in where they fit in because you are my chosen person, or walk away because you can't do that, because it's unfair to a person to marry them and then not make them first, because that's really important. You can't do that to people. So I get why the person feel like that.
Me too. How do y'all
but what? Been there, done that. Right.
There are
what?
There are certain things that do come with the flip of the switch. I mean, I agree with the overarching principle of what you're saying, but no, I mean.
But what about when they don't come with the flip? Because it didn't come with the flip of the switch. Because they got married so it was happening beforehand. She didn't approve of it. Then they got married. She still doesn't, and she never flipped the switch. Because typically you don't. If you're not going to tell your mama, if you're not going to put your mama in her place before you marry this person, you're not going to do it after. Because what you should be doing before you marry them is saying, this is about to be my wife. This is about to be my husband. Let me tell you what's going to happen when I marry them, even if that's the case, which means you still set her in her place beforehand. Because what she's understanding is, if this marriage happened, Mom, you either got to fall in line or you can say goodbye to me and the kids. Because you won't get to see us, because what I'm not going to do is leave my wife or my husband behind on the holidays to come visit you because you got a problem with them. Either we one big happy family or you're not in this family. But this is the unit right here that is mine.
But that's still something that's going to come with the flip of a switch. Even if you are saying this is what's going to happen when they are my husband / when they are my wife. It still means that this isn't happening till the till the switch is flipped.
But it's acknowledged before the switch happens. And the person who's on the outside, who's acting crazy, they know they got to get in line. So typically, once you say that, they go ahead and get in line before the marriage. But if you never say that to them and they never understand this is what's going to happen on wedding day, and honestly, I don't want nobody disrespecting my man beforehand. I wish somebody would disrespect even you in this moment, right here where we are. There ain't no engagement or nothing, but guess what? I already have something set for what my future is going to look like, and it can't be that way if I allow my family to disrespect you. So I ain't having that.
Yeah, they're like, shut up, Juan.
And that's how it should be. Hold up. What we not gonna do is disrespect my man.
You don't do that to everybody.
Yes, she do.
Yes, I do.
Shut up, Juan. You got.
I do. What you not gonna do? No,
It was on a delay. It was a timer.
Like, Kim, come on, don't be doing that in front of people.
Okay, we'll do it in private.
Now, a cut up. Always got a cut up.
But for the, I mean, that right there is one thing that is true. I mean, she should have got that under control before she married him, or whatever her mom. I'm sure her mom, whatever her reasons are. If you was to hear the mom's story, for all we know, the man could have beat her. I mean, who knows the reasons why she doesn't. You know what I'm saying? And maybe now he's a stand-up guy or whatever. You never know the whys. But I do know if it were my situation, wherever I go is where my husband or my mate can go. I mean, it's not, you don't want me here, you don't want him here. I mean, that's just, it's a package deal.
We're a package deal.
And that's just how most relationships,
that's how they should be.
That's how they should be. Because when you tell me, oh, well, you can't go over them houses with me, but I'll be back though. Well, why can't I go? What you doing over there? That's
right.
Because my other girlfriend will be there. Dang.
That causes insecurities.
Oh, you can go over to my auntie's house, but you can't come to my mom's house because my mom's house, that's where everything happened on my mom. No, don't nobody have time for that. But
right,
that's where you set those, you set that stuff up in the beginning, and you put most people will put their rules and regs out there from the beginning. So,
and this goes back to the other one about the elevator. Because you know what? If you want to go here and the top floor is your marriage, some people you got to let off that elevator so you can get there if that's what you want, if that's what your goal is. Otherwise, it's just going to be a problem trying to hold on to people who don't want it to happen because it is going to cause insecurities. Because every time you go to this person's house who you already know doesn't like this person over here, 9 out of 10 times they have nothing good to say about them. They're not there, so they fill in your head with a bunch of stuff. Then you take that mess back home to your spouse or significant other, and now there's problems because you're allowing these people who to speak stuff into your brain. Exactly.
Well, she said you ain't do this. Well, how she know? I mean, it just.
And they can never give you good sound advice when there is an issue that does require some outside perspective. You're never going to get a good perspective if you don't have people in your lives that are for your union, because they're going to speak against it if they're already against it.
True. Very true. Wish I had people speaking against my union, but nobody said nothing. Nobody said nothing until after the fact. But oh well. Life is life. But anyway.
But would you have wanted? No, never mind.
Yes,
we can discuss that.
Yeah, I would have wanted somebody to tell me. I would have wanted.
You can't.
Tell me. Yes.
We're going to wrap this up, and we can, because Larry done fell asleep. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up.
No, I've been awake. I just, man, I'm struggling, bro. I did it.
Disregard that snore that came out.
Larry, like,
I was not snoring.
You sure about that? You sure about
I don't know. Was
that was my stomach growling.
Because your little head
my stomach did growl.
I got a bone to pick with you.
We got to leave.
Hurry up, wrap it, Kim, wrap it.
But this concludes our week discussion. My Blue Bubble Buddy, we thank you for stepping in.
Thanks for having
Christmas
me.
absence, and you can step in anytime you like. I guess if the group agrees. No.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, the group agrees. Anyway, look, because Juan doesn't count. I mean, he does count. He does count. Okay, I'm sorry.
Kim, don't
Please.
make me.
All right. I'm sorry.
All right.
Please.
All right.
Good job, man.
Look,
Being disrespectful.
I'm being disrespectful, my bad. But we appreciate y'all's support. We thank you guys for listening. We hope y'all have a great week ahead and hope y'all had a blessed Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Yeah.
Check us out on.
You can check us out on 3SG Pod on Instagram, or you can get us at our website, 3sgpod.gray, the number 8, fam.com. That's 3sgpod.gray8fam.com. Or you can get us anywhere you get your podcast except Apple Music.
Apple. Have a good week, you guys.
Have a good week.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye, my friend.